Dools.
Has.
Taika Waititi announced to helm a new Star Wars film, Nicolas Cage cast as Joe Exotic in the Tiger King series, and Tom Cruise teaming up with SpaceX and NASA to make a space movie, because why fucking not? But Dools, just roll the intro. Welcome, one and all, to another episode of the More Cops on Duty podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Harry. With me, of course, is the Tom Hanks to my Wilson, Edward Dools Dooley. Dools, how are you doing today?
I think he used a very similar one in the last episode. You said the wood to my buzzy, the buzz to my Woody. And, You know, Woody, of course, being voiced by Tom Hanks. I don't know, I can't help but feel like you're already recycling material. I mean, you know, not even one episode later. Is everything all right? Is everything okay at home? Brain's a little fried?
No, I'm living, Dools.
You're living. You're barely hanging on, mate, from the looks of it. You look fantastic. I'm just having you. How are you, Haz?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Another day, another lockdown, you know. Living. How you doing?
Yeah, good. I think, I think Australia's got a more or less a handle on things from the looks of it. Don't want to speak too soon, of course. We've seen other countries lift their lockdown prematurely and then have a pretty aggressive second wave of the virus. But, no, it does look like we're doing pretty well, numbers-wise, new cases-wise, and looks like restrictions are slowly but surely lifting. So here's hoping...
Melbourne had a spike the other day, though, didn't it?
Sorry?
Melbourne had a spike,
Did they?
The other day. Yeah, 13 new cases, which was the highest in weeks.
Mm-hmm. So we do need to be cautious. And Victoria, strangely enough, is actually, I think, one of the states that still is being pretty stringent with their lockdowns, whereas New South Wales is trying to open things up back pretty quickly. Well, not quickly, but, you know, sooner rather than later. But, I think we're totally content with the current situation. We just want cinemas open again.
That's it. Cinemas and pubs.
Yeah. Cinemas and pubs, exactly.
That's all we want, Dools.
Exactly.
You know what I really miss?
Pardon?
I really miss chicken wings. Just like good pub chicken wings.
Dude, I don't know. I mean, look, can I make chicken wings as good as the pub? No. They're pretty close.
So you're going to make me chicken wings, Dools? Is that what you're saying right now?
I mean, I don't want you near me at the moment. You could be carrying it, but you could be a super spreader. But look, it's on the cards. It's on the cards. I'm a generous guy. I could Uber Eats them to you.
$5 delivery,
mate. You gotta give them a crack. I'm surprised. You know, you're in there making dumplings of all things. Wings are as easy as they come.
True.
Yeah.
True. No, I want to give it a try, but I don't know. I just don't think I'll be able to make them as good as good wing joints around us.
Yeah, they're pretty easy. Give it a crack. I'll give it a red hot go.
Give it a crack. But until then, Dools, let's say that an average Joe stumbles upon the More Cops on Duty on a Spotify or another podcast-serving app, and they don't know what it is, Dools. How would you explain it to that fine soul?
I mean, I would feel like I'd have to ask why you didn't include a description of the podcast on that podcast service, because I feel like that's what that is there to do, to inform said consumer of what exactly we talk about on this podcast. So, you know, I'd first have to ask him to direct all anger to you, because that's your job. But look, you have been dropping the ball quite a bit lately, so that's right. It's to be expected. I'd tell him it's about, you know, a fun little podcast where two mates get together a couple times a week, talk about the latest and greatest in film, TV, games, you know, whatever else is on our minds, you know. And so this, of course, being More Cops on Duty Prime, and then More Cops on Duty in Review comes out on Fridays, which we record on Thursdays. Do we know what we're going to record or attempt to record in review on Thursday/Friday?
We do. It's a massive ask. So to reiterate what you said, Dools, you're absolutely correct. More Cops on Duty is the internet's #1 film, game, and TV podcast. Find us on all your favourite streaming services, in particular Spotify, Podbean, and Apple Podcasts. We are on Instagram, Twitter, and we are officially on YouTube every single episode. As Dools absolutely said correctly, Wednesday is your main show. I like the word prime. Wednesday is your prime show, and Friday is your more discussion/review show. Now, this Friday, I've got a bit of a task ahead of me, Dools. I'm going to be honest. We originally thought that Westworld had 2 more episodes on it, and I'd been watching it so that I could finish in like the next week or 2. I've had to really ramp up my watching in the last couple of days in terms of Westworld.
Okay, so let's just cut to the chase here. You've finished season 2 with the goal of wanting to finish season 3 by the time it finished. It finished yesterday, but you're a little lukewarm on season 2, correct?
Yep.
So look, I reckon you give it the first 2 episodes. If you're not into it at all, don't force it. See what you think, and then maybe we can try watch like The Hunt or something instead.
Yeah, we can watch something. But like right now Westworld's on the menu to watch.
There's no point binging a show that you're like about. So and then
I watched the trailer.
Yep.
I watched the trailer of season 3, and I'm already a lot more into it.
Yeah, I think
the setting change massively helps it.
I think you have great lead performances from. I think performances were never the issue. Like Dolores is still great, if not better, in season 3. You got Maeve as well. You got a new villain in this French actor whose name I can't recall, but he's a pretty cool villain. You got Aaron Paul as another lead who I think is great. Like really up there with his performance as Jesse from Breaking Bad, and. You've got a lot of other returning cast members like Luke Hemsworth as Stubbs, the security guard. One of my absolute favorites. I think it's Ed O'Neill. Oh no, hold on. Ed Harris as the Man in Black, and Tessa Thompson as Charlotte Hale. And finally, what's his name? Something.
We'll hear all about this Friday.
Yeah. So something Wright. Oh my God.
Jeffrey Wright.
Jeffrey Wright. Yeah, as Bernard. So but the plot is very convoluted, and it requires a lot of paying attention, and you can't passively watch this show. You really got to be paying attention, and. But yeah, look, see how you go with those first 2 episodes. I reckon if you're not digging
I'll watch it anyway, dude. Like, let's be honest, it'll be good. Like, even if I have a contradicting opinion of the 3rd season or the show as a whole as you do, then it'll be good for a discussion.
Cool. All right. Sweet.
Yeah, so that'll be it. But Dools, until then, we like to start off with what we've been watching, what we've been playing. Dools, do you want to start us off this week?
Sure has. What have I been watching? So I finally watched.
Mine's just Westworld. Mine is literally just Westworld.
Yeah. So Westworld for me as well. Finished season 3. It's really good. We'll talk about it on Friday. I've also watched. I randomly watched this. I don't know, like this coming of age chick flick. Edge of 17. It was okay. I'm definitely not the demographic for it. I just saw Woody Harrelson in the thumbnail, and I was like, yeah, why not? And I mean, there are bits that are all right, but it's definitely like, teenage girl friend and boy issues kind of thing. So it's all right. But Woody Harrelson, the moments that he does have are great. He plays this like very sarcastic kind of like laid back teacher who's a bit of a dick, but he's funny, but he's also a good guy though. And then I also, I think we already touched on this, but I finally watched Extraction, which is pretty good. Apparently a sequel is already in the works. Okay.
Spoilers for the news stories, Dools.
We'll get into that. What else have I watched, Taz? In terms of films, I don't know. I think that's it. I've been in this weird mood for Castlevania games lately as well. So I've been playing like through the they had a 3D series, like a 3D Castlevania called Lords of Shadow that came out a few years ago on 360 and all that, and mowing through some old Castlevania games, which is a bit of fun. Shows you how much time I have in my hands. And yeah, how about you, Haz? Besides Westworld?
Well, I've been watching a lot of Westworld. Me and my roommate have been ploughing through MCU. So as of last night, we've officially finished Phase 1.
Oh, so when are we getting the first Phase 1 review?
So I can give you what his ranking is, if you want.
Oh, okay.
For one thing, we didn't watch Incredible Hulk. One, mainly because it's not on any streaming service and I don't really want to pay for it. And also, it doesn't really tie into the story at all. Like, it doesn't disadvantage you.
They make very light references to it in the Avengers, but not
it's
really.
Just like last time I was in, like Bruce Banner saying, last time I was in New York, I kind of blew up Harlem or something like destroyed Harlem.
Yeah, and Tony Stark appears in the post credits of Incredible Hulk, but again, that doesn't really pan out and it doesn't actually make sense in retrospect because it's Nick Fury who, is like forming the Avengers, and it's like, and they're still trying to convince Tony to join in the Avengers, and then to see him at the end of Incredible Hulk recruiting Captain Ross or General Ross. It was a little jarring actually. So I mean, kind of shows I think they did do a softer retcon of that film. Anyway,
absolutely. So my personal ranking, including Incredible Hulk, for Phase 1 is Avengers, Iron Man, Captain America: The First Avenger, Iron Man 2, Thor, The Incredible Hulk.
I would probably put Incredible Hulk above Thor, but I would agree with that.
Cool. They're pretty interchangeable. They're very like throwaway sort of films. Eddie's rankings. This is excluding Incredible Hulk because he hasn't watched it, and that's fine. Number 1, Dools. Iron Man. Perfectly fine, number 1.
Fair enough.
Number 2 is where it starts to go off the rails, I'm being honest here, Dools. Number 2.
Don't say
Iron
Thor.
Man 2.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah. Number 3, Marvel's The Avengers. Number 4, Thor. And number 5 is Captain America: The First Avenger.
Oh, no. Can't do that. Can't have that. That's... what did he not like about... What did he not like about Cap's first outing? Hey?
I just don't think he liked the whole 1940s vibe of it. I don't think, but which is fine. I think it's awesome. I think we agreed on this last podcast that it's one of those movies that gets better every time you watch it.
Yeah, that's that's an interesting ranking. I mean, I think Iron Man 2 is actually, it gets a lot of shit, but I think it's better than 3, and it's still like a good film. It's fun, like the scene where it's like him and Rhodey teaming up against the robots, and there's still some great action in there. Whereas Iron Man 3, I think I have a lot of problems with that movie. But putting it above Avengers, it's interesting. It's a very interesting take. But look, each their own.
Yeah, so I'll be looking forward to getting into Phase 2, Phase 3. I'll update you all on his
as good as Iron Man 1 and Avengers 1 are, and they will always be great. Phase 2, like, it really kicks off with Phase 2. Like, you have like Winter Soldier, Guardians of the Galaxy. Just
man, I can't wait. I cannot wait. It's gonna be beautiful. I noticed that I do have a delivery coming, so I might have to cut the podcast and we just pause for a sec. But it's all right. I think they've just arrived, so if my roommate can't open the door, then I will have to pause for 30 seconds or so, which will be all right. But Dools, until then, let's get into the news. Give me a jingle.
It's the news of the week. Let's hit it.
Nice. Dools, let's start off with a good one. One that dropped today for us. May the 4th, of course, was yesterday for Australia, Star Wars Day. And what a fucking news story to come out with that Taika Waititi is officially directing a Star Wars film. Wow. So this was rumoured
couple months back, like mid to late last year, this was like, rumors of this was circulating, and I think it wasn't too far-flung a conclusion, just because he had already done a bit of work on The Mandalorian, and I think still is on season 2. Plus he voices whose name is escaping me, but he voices one of the main droids in it. So that was this was good.
An IG unit. It's like IG-88, but it's not 88.
Yeah. So so this was good to get that confirmation. I think like J.J. Abrams is a good director. Rian Johnson is a good director. So I mean, I'm not going to get too excited yet, because it's, there's a certain person at the top of the Lucasfilm hierarchy that loves to just go in there and fuck shit up and really meddle with things. So I'm cautiously optimistic. I think Taika certainly has the ability to give us a great Star Wars film, but he is hoping that maybe he can get the autonomy he needs and deserves to really make his Star Wars film. So cautiously optimistic has.
Story number 2 for the night, Dools. Sylvester Stallone has revealed that Demolition Man 2 is in the works. Have you seen the first one?
Let me tell you something. No, I haven't.
How does that not surprise me in the single piece of my mind?
I might have caught like half of it on TV one day. I don't fucking know. I mean, should I be rectifying this as soon as possible, Has?
Yeah, absolutely. It's Sylvester Stallone in the prime time.
All right. So do we need a second one where he's all old?
Well, that's a good point, because the latest Rambo was a piece of shit.
Dude, it was rough. Dude, it was rough, dude.
Do you remember how he built drug tunnels under his house for no reason? There was just tunnels.
They
led nowhere.
Because he had this monstrous property, and these long stretching tunnels underneath with traps. I mean, that is the hallmark sign of psychosis. So if anything, we just saw Rambo as this senile old man who still had the combat agility of a 30-year-old, which is pretty cool on paper, but when you saw it executed in person, it was like, I don't know if we needed this at all. How about how he killed the last dude? Didn't he he threw him up on a hook or something and hoisted him up, or
he hoisted him up and then cut out his beating heart.
Jesus Christ!
Because he alluded to that earlier in the film, where he's just like, "I'm gonna see your own heart.
Yeah,
I'm gonna make you look at your own heart," or something like that. It's so dumb. Yeah. That was one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
It was terrible.
One of the worst movies. We paid good money to go see that. Good money. We took days of our lives to go to work to earn the money to go see that piece of shit in the cinema.
Yep.
We handed Sylvester Stallone that $16.50 each for that absolute phone at home atrocity.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you insisted.
Oh, it was on me, was it? Okay, Dools. Next item on the agenda. Let's crank it up a notch, Dools. So I feel like we were sitting around a 7. Let's crank it to a 12.
Let's do it, As.
Nicolas Cage, Dools. Your man, Nick Cage. The National Treasure hallmark has been officially cast as Joe Exotic in the Tiger King series.
Good God.
It's just another hallmark of absolute perfect casting.
Has every once in a while, Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man, Heath Ledger as the Joker. Every once in a while, there is just flawless, perfect, 100% spot on casting. And this is another
Ryan Reynolds Deadpool.
This is another one of those moments in history. We're going to remember this. We're going to look back on this and be like, this was genius. So from what I understand, this is a TV show, and this is separate to apparently Rob Lowe is still apparently doing something where he's going to be playing Joe Exotic, which I think could be good as well. Rob Lowe could do it. But Nicolas Cage, dude. So in light of this news, I rewatched earlier today, and anyone can do this. Just simply YouTube Nick Cage losing his shit. And it's a 4-minute, 15-second montage of Nick Cage from his various films losing his shit. And it's fucking awesome. And watch that if you have any doubts that you think this man can nail this role. Because that will lay any doubts to rest, I promise you. I can't wait for this. Has also, in light of this news, I was thinking that very quickly we try fan casting the rest of the Tiger King series. What do you say? You want to give it a crack?
Mate, let's give it a crack.
So
Why not?
I've got some names down. We can take turns going first, and the other person can try think of one. So I mean, I've actually got some names here, but I mean, I'll see if you can think of some on the spot. Otherwise, I'll throw one out there and we can kind of discuss it. Maybe you can think of another one in the meantime. So we're not going to recast Joe. That we've already established that Nicolas Cage is the perfect choice.
He's perfect.
Has Jeff Lowe? Do you want me to give you mine, or do you want to go first?
Jeff Lowe, I would pick. Like, I'm going to be honest, haven't done any preparation for this at all. The guy that plays Mike Ehrmantraut in Breaking Bad.
Ooh, that's a good one. That is a good one.
Thank you, Dawes.
I had here Michael Keaton.
So, very much so, yeah.
But I actually think I might like yours a little bit more. I think that would be... Because, not just appearance-wise, he looks a little more like Jeff. But, yeah, I think that could be a good... Mike from Breaking Bad, I like that. Rick Kirkman, so the kind of... a Akubra-wearing TV producer that was always in the background. I think in the bonus episode where Joel McHale interviewed a bunch of them, he was asked by Joel who he would like to be played by, and he gave a pretty good answer, which I've also chosen here, which is Billy Bob Thornton, which I think could work quite well. But yeah, he had a bit of a thick American accent. Not quite southern, but it was like, I don't know. It was like maybe Jersey or something. I'm really not too sure, but I don't know. So I think any thoughts on this guy? Do you remember him? Have you done a quick search?
Christopher Plummer would be my pick for him, Dools. Christopher Plummer.
Christopher Plummer, really?
Yes.
I think he's like way older than that dude.
Yeah, just put some makeup on him, but he's got that like wise look that Rick Kirkman had.
All right.
This is all on the top of my head.
Yeah, fair enough. All right. This will be a fun one. Carol fucking Baskin.
I've got one name in mind.
Yep, go it.
Kathy Bates.
Wow. Okay.
Oscar Award winner, I think. She got it for Misery, Kathy Bates.
I went Julianne Moore, and I was kind of drawing inspiration from my role in The Big Lebowski for that pick. So the kind of nutso hippie who you got to keep an eye on. Yeah, okay. Yeah, but I like Kathy Bates. That's good. All right, let's keep it going.
I like Julianne Moore.
Let's keep it going. Her husband in the show, not the one who she's allegedly killed, but her husband in the show, Harold Baskin. I actually have two picks here, but
I've got a name in my head.
Let's hear it.
I feel like it's going to be one of your picks because it's obvious. It's Jeff Goldblum.
Wow. No, I didn't think Jeff Goldblum at all. I think Jeff's so eccentric. I think this guy was the only somewhat normal person in the show, with the exception of that photo.
Have you seen the wedding photos?
Yeah, okay. but with the exception of the photo, every time he's on camera, he's so normal and presentable, and I mean, he was just complete. He was so out of place compared to the rest of the wacky cast. I had here. Now, I did a few off the top of my head, and then I kind of had a backup, which I saw online. So my pick was John Lithgow for this dude.
Interesting. Nice.
And then the one I saw online, which I was like, oh wow, this would be fun. This would be hilarious. Steve Buscemi. See? How about that?
I'd pay good money to see
I
it.
think it has. I think we'd have to go with Steve.
That's a great one.
So Eric Cowie. So he was the head keeper, the dude with the long kind of reddish hair who always wore sunglasses. Yep. I put down here, this was one I couldn't really think of, so I had a quick Google. I saw a Bill Hader pop up a fair bit, which, I actually could see. Bill's a bit of a chameleon. Just chuck a wig on him, and I think he could, pretty much nail it. Yeah. Do you have any thoughts?
I've got two.
Oh, okay.
I've got one would be Matthew McConaughey. I'm thinking of him out of Beach Bum.
Yeah, okay. Have you seen that? Oh, I never saw it.
I haven't seen it, but I know what he looks like in it.
Yeah,
I want to see it, though. I want to see it.
I wonder if that's
and
available
two, let's just bring Dog the Bounty Hunter back.
Fucking hell.
Let's just bring him back.
Dog the Bounty Hunter. All right. I don't know if the man actually acts. I mean, besides, I guess, his WWE style show, he's fake bounty hunting. But Dog the Bounty Hunter, that's a fucking
fake.
That's a fucking deep cut. So he actually stole one of mine for someone else. So John Reinke, I think his name is. So this was the other keeper with the two prosthetic legs.
Yep.
Again, I couldn't really think of a great pick, so I kind of just searched online. And Matt McConaughey, I think, was the one that he himself wanted. Bold pick. But, I don't know. Do you have any ideas on this dude has?
On him.
So he was the dude walking around with he always wore shorts, and he had like those prosthetic legs which had a bunch of art on them.
I reckon we need to get Shia LaBeouf in here somehow.
Dude, trust me, I'm saving it for... Okay, well,
sorry.
Shia is who is going to play Joe's husband. So him and Nick Cage. Imagine him.
I could absolutely,
the toothless meth addict that is Nick Cage's husband.
That's great.
Yeah,
that's great. You did well. I reckon John Bernthal for the guy with the prosthetic legs.
Okay. All right. Has Kelsey Safri. So this is the keeper
that lost the arm?
Had his arm torn off. I know that there was a bit of confusion over this person's pronouns, but I'm pretty sure he prefers him. I went with so in the Joel McHale special, he was asked who he would like to be played by in the Tiger King adaptation. He went with a random one, and apparently this dude doesn't act anymore. But he went with Johnny Tsunami's Brandon Baker. So the guy who plays Johnny Tsunami in Johnny Tsunami. This was like some Disney straight to DVD movie from the late 90s, apparently. But my pick was Stephen Yeun.
Oh, nice. Yeah. I reckon they could do some good comedy with this bit and bring in Kevin Hart.
Okay. Do you remember what this person looked like?
Yep.
All right. I like it.
Yeah, you got to put in a little bit of Hollywood tinge. You got to put those asses in seat stalls.
So I already kind of quickly addressed this one, but John Finlay, Shia LaBeouf. Do you have any bonus picks?
Substitute for Jeff Lowe would be Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
So that's for Jeff Lowe.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah. Okay. But I said so. This is for John Finlay, who's Joe's husband.
Oh, sorry. You broke up a bit in it.
So
did
I?
I said
apologies.
Yeah, sorry,
apologies.
I thought you were saying that's all good. John Finlay. That's the first husband, right?
Yes.
John Finlay. Okay. Fuck. Who have you got?
Well, that's who I mentioned earlier. Shia. I got Shia for that one.
Shia's pretty perfect, man.
Yeah. All right. Sure. We'll leave it with Shia.
Yeah. I don't think we can do better than Shia.
All right.
I reckon, as you said, Shia needs to be in this.
Oh, Shia's good to be in it, dude. He's on the up. I want to see him in so many more things after Honey Boy and Peanut Butter Falcon. He's great. I've got the last two. Doc Antle. Now I've got what I think is a pretty good one, Because this guy, you got to do him. You got to do him well because he's a character. This dude. I've got John Goodman for Doc Antle.
Say again, sorry. You just broke up a bit again.
I've got John Goodman for Doc Antle.
That's a good one, dude.
Cheers.
That
was all me.
One.
That was all me.
Wow. Oh, now you say John Goodman. I can't get that out of my head. I think he'd be perfect.
Yep.
Like you could probably even get Jeff Bridges in. A little bit of dude.
Yeah. Then we've got a bit of a Jeff. Yeah, Jeff would be good. Then you got a bit of a Big
I think John
Lebowski
Goodman's
reunion
better,
going
dude. I think you got it better there with John Goodman.
Appreciate that. This is kind of a last little bonus one. She's not a major character by any means, but Jeff's wife, Lauren Lowe, so the young redhead. I just had Isla Fisher, who I think she also picked herself. So, again, that would be a small role.
It would be a no-name if they were going to cast that, I reckon. But yeah, Isla Fisher sounds about right.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's the main cast. There's obviously a few more other people.
Do you want to send that off to Netflix now, or do you want me to do it after?
Look, I'll just tweet it at him, look, I mean, we all know Netflix plays dirty. They wouldn't pay us anyway, but I'll just give it to him to keep. Maybe we can get a shout out in the credits. Who knows?
Who knows?
I think it'd be fascinating to revisit this, see if we picked any of them right. I think we might. I have a feeling we might get one. But then again,
I reckon you've nailed it with Shia LaBeouf. I'm just putting it out there.
Then again, it is a Netflix mini-series. I mean, it's all incumbent on actors choosing to be part of a TV series. You know, some of them are still.
Shia would say yes to this.
Yeah, I think he would as well, and I would hope that he does.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson and Kevin Hart, probably not. Oh, another one for Doc. What about Jack Black?
Yes. Yeah, I think you just need someone big and eccentric.
Yeah, absolutely, Dools. Let's veer away from movies for a sec, Dools, if you'll allow me. Let's go into some games, or just particularly one game. Assassin's Creed Valhalla has been announced, and the CGI trailer has been released. Have you seen it?
I have.
And what did you think?
I liked it a lot. I'm pretty keen. I like the subject matter quite a bit. Vikings, finally. I think this is one, besides feudal Japan, this is definitely one people have been asking for. And, I've had a bit of a love-dislike relationship with Assassin's Creed over the years. I think they've had a few missteps with their entries. I think Unity being a big one. I think we both remember how terrible that was at launch. It was just a patchy... a buggy mess, and very disappointing.
We both platinumed that. I just want to put that out there. We both platinumed that.
Look, do I regret it? No, but I do. I was pretty ashamed in myself. But and then I think like Syndicate, which was actually a decent entry, came out in the following year and just didn't sell well, and because of how bad Unity was. So I think that forced them to take a step back and reevaluate the franchise. And then I think 2 years after Syndicate, they came out with Origins, which was like a soft reboot for the franchise and, played completely differently and had like an RPG kind of, RPG mechanics embedded in the game. And it was just like huge success critically and commercially. I loved it. I was like, wow, if this is where the franchise is going, then I'm all in. And then they came out with Odyssey, which, I don't know, like, look, it's a fun game, but it's not an Assassin's Creed game, like at all. It was huge. It was so bloated. It was like way too dense, full of just random shit to do that didn't really feel like it was adding to the story or anything. And I don't know. I mean, I just kind of like was a little disenfranchised with it. I was like, this is not really Assassin's Creed. There's actually literally no mention of Assassins or the Assassin's Creed. It's set before Origins, like 100 years or something, apparently. And Origins is a game where the Creed is formed. So it literally has nothing to do with Assassin's Creed. It's just, except for the title and its title. So that was a little bit of a letdown, but I think this, they make a big deal to showcase the Hidden Blade in this trailer. And, again, Vikings are dope. So I'm actually pretty keen for it. How do you feel about it?
I agree with you. So I haven't been interested in an Assassin's Creed game since Black Flag.
Did you play Origins?
Yeah, it didn't spark anything in me. Same with, I'll agree with you with Odyssey. I thought Odyssey was just too much. Syndicate was fine. Unity was bad. But Black Flag was amazing. I found Black Flag's my favorite Assassin's Creed.
A lot of people still think, a lot of people agree with you. A lot of people think that Black Flag is the last like Assassin's Creed that is like true to that first kind of like Assassin Creed gameplay, like where you still like stealthy and stuff. So, yeah,
and I'm like, that whole the whole idea that you're like a pirate and you're going around the islands and stuff. I thought that was awesome and it played beautifully. This has been rumored for a while. It was originally rumored to be called Assassin's Creed Ragnarok, but it's changed its name because of obvious reasons. But Valhalla, the subject matter, and I'm the same with you, Dools. I'm so in. Like, this really gives me a reminder of God of War, which was my game of the year that year. And the CGI trailer looks awesome. Like, there's no gameplay, but I'm sure we're gonna get gameplay in the next month or so. But
I'm gonna get it this Friday. The Xbox event. Yep.
Fuck yeah. There we go, Dools. Fuck yeah. I'm keen. Like, either I don't have to see the gameplay. I know exactly what I'm going to get into with the Assassin's Creed game. It's going to be open world. It's going to be some boxes I have to tick, some Korea missions. I don't give a shit. I'm in. Like,
so I mean, they are it's probably sticking in the same direction as the last two games though, and if they didn't vibe with you, I don't know, was it mainly the subject matter you weren't digging, or because I mean, it's going to play pretty much the same.
I wasn't sucked into the characters or the world or anything like that. But this has got me wanting to buy it day one and give it a go.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's just like, because Origins and Odyssey were quite similar in terms of setting and aesthetic. So I think like this is like a radical departure, like, you know, and hearing the main character that you play as like Scream. You know, he sees this raven fly over the battlefield and he's like, Odin is with us! And they charge into battle. It's like, fuck yeah, dude, let's go.
Yeah, I'm so in. Yeah, I was so in. I think it looks great. I love how brutal it looks, which is something that's probably going to bring me back to the gameplay because the other ones were so precise and stuff, but this just looks like fucking brutal, like how God of War played. See,
this is an unpopular opinion in the Assassin's Creed world, but I really liked 3. Like, I really loved 3, actually. I thought the setting was great.
I thought 3 was awesome. I thought it started off slow, but everything else was great.
Yeah, it has a very slow intro. Like, for like the first 3 chapters or so, you play as a different character or whatever. But the combat was so brutal, so you would just hack these people to death with your tomahawk. And you were like, you know, it was kind of like to showcase the fact that you were a Native American, and like, you know, I think there was something a bit more brutal and unforgiving about their combat styles, and it looks like we're just going to return to that. Like, you know, this is not going to be about finesse. This is going to be about brute force, and I think like that's just going to make combat so exciting, I reckon.
I agree, and I can't wait, Dools. Let's move on to the next story. Extraction 2 is moving forward. Joe Russo at the helm of the script. Sorry. Blah.
All right.
Next story, Dools. So, do you want to move on?
Extraction 1 was fine, but I mean,
it's money, dude. It boils down to money. Like, it's the biggest Netflix movie. That's why they're doing it.
No, it makes sense. I'm a little disappointed that this is this the Russos' like first feature that they've written? I mean, I know they've obviously had story input on the Cat movies and Avengers, but I mean, they didn't write them. Yeah, I mean, if this is their first, I think it was actually just one of them as well. I should say. I think it was
Joe.
Joe, yeah. So to be completely honest, I mean, you know, it's not plot-wise, it's not the most gripping film. I mean, it's a pretty basic plot. The action's great.
No, I agree with you.
That's really the only draw that it has. So yeah, but I mean,
yeah, you're right. So Extraction was the first screenplay. No, he wrote Welcome to Collinwood. He did a bunch of shorts and a TV series, but Extraction was the first notable one. Yes.
First feature, yeah. Yep.
Notable feature, yeah.
Yep. Well, look, I think they're trying to turn it into their John Wick from what I imagine. So it'll be like he'll be on a new mission or whatever it is, and why not? I mean, like, look, if they can ramp up the action even more, then yeah, why not? I'm all in.
I agree, Dools. Last item on the news: Tom Cruise is teaming up with SpaceX and NASA to produce a space movie.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Like, why not? Does this mean that he's actually going to space?
Yeah, that's the plan. It's not a space movie. They want to make a movie in space, or like probably not the entire thing. I would imagine. I mean, logistically, that would be a nightmare. But I think they want to do significant portions in space. Dude, it had to be Tom Cruise. It could be no one else to do this for the first time. He beat Vin Diesel to the punch. Sorry, Vin. Tom got in there first. I mean, amazing, just amazing. I can't wait to see what this could be.
Yeah, this is gonna be beautiful. Like, I'm all in. I'm like, there's a lot of haters towards Tom Cruise. I don't get it. Like, sure, as a person, he's a bit nutty, but again, like, everyone's allowed to believe in whatever they want. Like, he's insane, but everyone's allowed to believe in what they want. But you cannot deny the fact that he's one of the best movie stars to ever live.
He is a movie star through and through. Like, he still attracts big. He still puts people in seats, man. Like, the Mission Impossible films have show no signs of slowing down. So
they're the best that they've ever been.
They somehow get progressively better.
Fallout was one of the best action movies I've ever seen.
Fallout has some of the best choreography and stunt action that in any film to date, I think.
Yeah, and a fantastic villain. I thought Henry Cavill was brilliant.
Cavill's great, yeah.
Yeah. Dools, that's the end of our news. Should we get into our weekly segment of Trivia Tuesdays, even though this comes out on a Wednesday?
Well, they understand that we record on a Tuesday, so I think we can get away with it.
Each and every week, Dools, we're going to take turns of doing trivia to one or the other. We've done it twice now. We like to theme it after something that's a bit relevant. And Dools, may the 4th be with you. Let's get into some Star Wars trivia. Are you ready?
Oh, yeah, let's do it.
I've got 10 questions for you, Dools. Number 1. Hands above the keyboard, please. I hear you typing.
Oh, Haz, I'm not gonna be. Right,
I will. I would absolutely believe you would. How many people ignited a lightsaber in the original trilogy?
What the fuck? Okay. This doesn't... So, I'm just basing it off the number of people. So, like, say, I don't count the times Luke's done it over the trilogy. Luke counts as 1, correct?
Luke counts as 1. How many people? So, like, Luke's 1. Not how many times it's been done, how many people. That means physically pressing the button and igniting, nothing more.
Yep. Okay. I feel like I need to write it down. Okay, so...
Take us through your thoughts right now, Dools.
So Luke, obviously. Vader.
Yep, I'm going to give you a 15-second count, by the way.
All right. Luke, Vader, Obi-Wan, Han. I feel like R2 does something...
7.
No, R2 doesn't ignite
6, it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. How many people, Dools?
I'm going to go with... Yeah, I'm going to go with 4.
Is that your final answer?
I must be missing someone. Yeah,
I'm going to ask that on every question, just so you know. I'm asking that on every question.
Yeah, it's my final answer.
You're correct. Dools. Luke, Vader, Ben, and Han.
Yes.
Number 2, Dools. The legendary Millennium Falcon can comfortably fit how many people in the cockpit?
Comfortably?
There's seats for, yeah. Going to give you a 10-second count.
Is this a trick question? Because I feel like...
No, not at all.
4 people.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
You're correct, Dools. 4 people.
Ooh, okay.
Nice.
Because I thought like you were referencing like because I feel like Han is like says at one point, there's only so much room back here or something when 3PO R2 coming in. Anyway.
No, you're correct, Jules. Don't doubt yourself. Number 3. Which Star Wars episodes crawl, the beginning crawl, starts with the word war? That's all it says. The first sentence is war. I'm going to give you a 10-second count on this one, Dolls. 5.
Revenge of the Sith.
4. Is that your final answer? 3. 2.
Yes.
Correct, Dolls.
Oh, okay, yes.
You already said yes, so I don't give a shit if you try to say 3 for 3. Good work. There's definitely one that you're not going to get.
Fuck you.
Number 4, Dolls. Well, like, it's not a hard question.
What
but
is it, multiple choice or something?
No. Right. Number 4, Dolls. What planet does Cloud City float above?
Oh, shit. Bespin.
Correct. Number 5, Dolls. What is the full name of the character played by Kelly Marie Tran? Not just first name. I want first and
Rose
last.
Tico.
Fuck yeah. Good work, Dolls. Good work. Oh, classic. Number 6. You might get all 10 here. That's number 6. At the beginning of A New Hope, Luke says he's going to the Toshi station to pick up what?
Power converters.
Fuck yeah, Dolls. Number 7. At the end of Revenge of the Sith, who does Yoda say has gained the ability for Force Ghost projection?
That would be Master Qui-Gon Jinn.
Absolutely, Dolls. Number 8.
Oh, dude, I hope we see Liam Neeson in the Obi-Wan series.
Oh, how good would that be?
Back.
Number 8. Who says, quote, well, somebody has to save our...
What?
Oh, I don't know what I said there. Someone has to save our skins into the garbage. Sorry, I fucked that up. Let me start that again for you, Dolls. Who says this quote? Well, somebody has to save our skins into the garbage, flyboy.
Leia.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
Correct. Nice. What is the highest scored Star Wars movie on Rotten Tomatoes?
Oh, shit.
This is it, Dolls. You got 10 seconds.
It's Empire.
Is that your final answer?
See, that's a weird one because they came out well before even the internet existed, so it's like... But yes, that's my final answer.
It is correct by 1%, Dolls. 1%. And for 10 out of 10
what's the one after? Is it it's Last Jedi, isn't it?
No. Last Jedi is 91%. I'm pretty sure it's A New Hope is 93%. Number 10, Dolls.
Yes.
For a perfect streak.
Oh, can't fuck it up now.
The best character of the saga, Watto, from episode 1, is of what species?
Oh, no! Fuck.
He says it.
You bastard, mate.
Seconds.
I was so close to 10.
8. 5.
Dude.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Us something are immune to Jedi mind tricks.
Yep.
Yeah. Us. I don't know it.
Us Todarians are immune to Jedi mind tricks.
Oh, fuck.
Todarian, Dolls.
Todarian. All right.
You fucking fake fan.
That is pathetic from me.
That's very impressive, Dolls. I didn't think you'd get Rose Tico. I thought that you'd be a bit stumped with how many people ignited the lightsaber, because not many people think of Han. At the beginning of
Han's. I think he might even do it more than once, but I think the notable one is when he cuts the thing open. Yeah.
Tartar or something like that.
Yeah.
I was like, I thought they smelled bad on the outside. Yep. But yeah, you couldn't get Watto, the best character in the entire series.
Look, I'm ashamed. I mean, you may as well give me a 0 for the entire thing, because that just nullifies, any notable Star Wars knowledge. I'm
You're
disappointed
very
in myself.
correct, Dools. So at the end of that, you've received a 0 out of 10.
It's only fair. It's only fair.
Which is so I'll be looking forward to your questions next week, Dools. Find out what the theme is next week, I guess. But Dools,